Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm in the old historic village of Boshenzite in the Balkan Mountains in Bulgaria, searching for ancient trees. It seems I found the last ancient mulberry of the village. They say they cut down most of the other ones. It's not as big as the ones I saw in Kumarite. There I saw mulberries which were almost 2 meters thick, but still quite impressive and still totally worth recording. The woman it belongs to says it should be about 200 years old, definitely well over 100. It's about 1 meter thick. She said she had to prune it rigorously because it was dying, and now it's resprouted. Mulberries are very good at resprouting after they are being pruned. They are being used mostly for, not so much for their fruit. Yeah, people here like their fruits, but they were mostly used for the production of silk. Basically chop off the branches every 2 years and feed the leaves to the silkworm. Beautiful tree, over 1 meter thick. I really like it. Yeah, beautiful. So folks, I'm continuing my search for ancient fruit trees in this old museum village. The owner of the old mulberry tree pointed me to a couple more trees outside the village here along this old cobblestone road. As you can see, the area is very poor. The soil here on the slope is very poor, rocks showing everywhere. Most of the mulberry trees here are not as impressive as the one in the village, but they must be really old because of those bad conditions. There is one over there. I'm not going to go there. It's not that thick. One here, the one with the dry branches, also not that thick, but on this type of soil, they can also be around, well, 150 to 200 years old. Even downhill near the little creek, it's rocky and very poor. I mean, I'm sure that they could not have had any fields or gardens here. Probably those were pastures, and they just planted the mulberries to have a second income from those areas. They would use the leaves for the silkworm production. Of course, they would also use the here is an older one. They would also use the very hard timber, and of course they would also eat the fruits, but the big thing were the leaves for the silkworms. This tree is not as big, maybe about 80 centimeters thick, but you can imagine on that poor soil, 80 centimeters, this could basically be equivalent to 150 to 200 years. Another one up there, there seems to have been some hedge over there, and I saw one down here in the valley. So an old mulberry orchard, probably from the 19th century, I would say. Beautiful. I like those old trees. Unfortunately, they are getting more rare and rare by the year. By the way, this here seems to have some strange growth over there. See, I've never seen something like this on a mulberry tree. I've seen it on other trees. Like, there is the mulberry tree, there is the ivy growing there, and there are those broom-like things. Yeah, I think they're even being called brooms when branches grow in a very strange way. I mean, it could have been that the brooms are from this cherry plum, which is... those brooms, no, those brooms are not from the mulberry, they are from the cherry plum. Here there are a couple less well-developed brooms on it. And here that it's bending over the mulberry tree, and those dried up dead branches, those are brooms from the cherry plum. I thought it's the first time I've saw something like this on a mulberry, but nope, they are from the cherry plum. So folks, those were some ancient mulberries in and near the village of Boshenzite in the Balkan Mountains in Bulgaria. Visit the village if you want. It's one of the most beautiful ones in Bulgaria. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.